The Power of Silence. Welcome to Bookverse 75. What if you could learn the life-changing lessons from the world's greatest books in just a few minutes? You're in the right place. At Bookverse 75, we transform powerful books into simple, engaging, and practical summaries that help you grow smarter, think better, and live a more successful life. So, grab a cup of coffee, relax, and let's unlock the wisdom hidden inside today's book. Let's begin. Author Kyle Cease. Kyle Cease is an American author, motivational speaker, and transformational coach. He is known for helping people overcome fear, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs so they can live with greater purpose and inner peace. Before becoming a personal development teacher, Kyle worked as a successful comedian and actor. His journey from entertainment to self-growth inspired him to write books that encourage readers to embrace mindfulness, emotional healing, and personal transformation. Through his books, workshops, and talks, Kyle teaches that true success comes from self-awareness, inner silence, and living authentically rather than constantly seeking external validation. The Power of Silence, Chapter 1: The Hidden Strength of Silence. Most people believe that power comes from speaking loudly, winning arguments, or always having the last word. But the book teaches a completely different truth. Real power begins with silence. Silence is not about being weak or afraid to speak. It is about having enough confidence to stay calm when everyone else is reacting. A silent person observes, listens, and thinks before acting. Our minds are constantly filled with noise, social media, news, endless conversations, and our own thoughts. This mental noise makes it difficult to focus, make wise decisions, or feel peaceful. When we allow ourselves a few moments of silence each day, our minds begin to slow down and we start seeing things more clearly. The author explains that silence helps us become more aware of our emotions. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, we learn to pause, understand what we are feeling, and respond wisely. This simple habit can improve our relationships, reduce stress, and help us avoid many unnecessary conflicts. Silence also helps us discover who we truly are. When external noise disappears, we begin to hear our inner voice, our values, dreams, and purpose. Many successful people make time every day for silence because they know that great ideas often come from a calm mind. Key lessons from Chapter 1. Silence is a sign of strength, not weakness. A calm mind makes better decisions. Listening is more powerful than speaking all the time. Silence reduces stress and increases self-awareness. Inner peace begins when external noise is reduced. Chapter 1 Conclusion. The first chapter teaches that silence is one of the greatest sources of personal power. By embracing quiet moments every day, we develop clarity, emotional control, and inner confidence, the foundation for a peaceful and successful life. The Power of Silence, Chapter 2: The Art of Listening. One of the greatest lessons in The Power of Silence is that listening is far more powerful than speaking. Most people don't truly listen. They simply wait for their turn to talk. As a result, they miss valuable information, misunderstand others, and create unnecessary conflicts. The author explains that when you become a good listener, you gain knowledge that others overlook. People naturally trust and respect those who listen with patience and genuine interest. Listening is not just about hearing words. It's about understanding emotions, intentions, and perspectives. Silence allows you to observe what others are saying and what they are not saying. A person's body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions often reveal more than their words. By remaining quiet and attentive, you notice these subtle signals and make wiser decisions. Another important lesson is that silence prevents unnecessary arguments. When someone criticizes or speaks emotionally, your first reaction may be to defend yourself. But if you pause instead of reacting immediately, you give yourself time to respond calmly rather than emotionally. This simple habit can save relationships and reduce stress. The chapter also reminds us that every conversation is an opportunity to learn. Even if you already know a topic, listening carefully may reveal a new perspective. Wise people ask thoughtful questions and spend more time listening than proving themselves right. Key lessons from Chapter 2. Listen to understand, not just to reply. Silence helps you observe more deeply. Good listeners earn trust and respect. Calm listening reduces conflicts and misunderstandings. Every person has something valuable to teach you. Chapter 2 Conclusion. The second chapter teaches that silence turns us into better listeners, stronger communicators, and wiser decision makers. When you master the art of listening, you strengthen your relationships, expand your knowledge, and gain a quiet confidence that speaks louder than words. The Power of Silence, Chapter 3. Mastering your emotions through silence. Have you ever said something in anger and regretted it later? The author explains that this happens because we react before we think. Silence creates a pause between emotion and action, giving us the power to choose a better response. Life is full of situations that test our patience, criticism, failure, rejection, or misunderstanding. In those moments, our emotions often take control. We may become angry, defensive, or anxious. But when we practice silence, we stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and allow our emotions to settle before speaking. The book teaches that emotional control is one of the greatest strengths a person can develop. Strong people are not those who shout the loudest. They are those who remain calm under pressure. A peaceful mind can solve problems that an angry mind cannot. Silence also helps us understand our emotions instead of hiding them. Rather than blaming others, we begin to ask ourselves, why am I upset? What is this situation trying to teach me? How can I respond wisely instead of emotionally? By asking these questions, we become more self-aware and emotionally mature. The author also reminds us that not every criticism deserves a response. Sometimes, the most powerful answer is silence. When we stop reacting to every negative comment, we protect our peace and save our energy for what truly matters. Over time, this habit builds patience, confidence, and resilience. Instead of being controlled by circumstances, we become the ones who stay calm and focused, even in difficult situations. Key lessons from Chapter 3. Silence helps you control your emotions before they control you. Pause before reacting, especially when angry. A calm response is stronger than an emotional reaction. Not every criticism requires an answer. Emotional intelligence grows through self-awareness and silence. Chapter 3 Conclusion. This chapter teaches that true strength lies in mastering your emotions. By choosing silence instead of impulsive reactions, you develop patience, wisdom, and inner peace. The calmer you become, the more powerful your decisions and your life will be. The Power of Silence, Chapter 4. Finding inner peace through silence. In today's world, silence has become rare. From the moment we wake up, our minds are flooded with phone notifications, social media, news, conversations, and endless responsibilities. This constant noise leaves us mentally exhausted and emotionally restless. The author explains that inner peace is not something we find outside. It is something we discover within ourselves through silence. When you spend a few minutes each day in complete silence, your mind begins to slow down. Thoughts that once seemed overwhelming become easier to understand. Instead of worrying about the future or regretting the past, you learn to focus on the present moment. Silence also teaches us to accept ourselves. Many people constantly compare their lives with others, which creates stress and dissatisfaction. But in quiet moments, you stop seeking approval from the outside world and begin to appreciate who you truly are. The book encourages readers to create a daily habit of silence. This could be through meditation, prayer, deep breathing, walking in nature, or simply sitting quietly without using a phone or any distractions. Even 10 to 15 minutes of silence each day can reduce stress, improve concentration, and increase happiness. Another important lesson is that peace does not mean living without problems. It means remaining calm even when problems arise. Silence strengthens your mind so that you can face life's challenges with patience instead of fear. As your inner peace grows, your decisions become wiser, your relationships improve, and your confidence becomes stronger. You stop reacting to every small difficulty and begin responding with clarity and balance. Key lessons from Chapter 4. Inner peace begins with quiet moments. Daily silence reduces stress and anxiety. Living in the present brings greater happiness. Stop comparing yourself with others. A peaceful mind makes better decisions. Chapter 4 Conclusion. This chapter reminds us that silence is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. In a noisy world, those who create time for silence develop a calm mind, a peaceful heart, and the strength to face every challenge with confidence. The Power of Silence, Chapter 5. The confidence that comes from silence. Many people believe that confidence means speaking loudly, always sharing opinions, or proving themselves in every conversation. But the power of silence teaches that true confidence is quiet. A confident person doesn't need constant attention or approval from others. The author explains that people who are secure in themselves speak only when they have something meaningful to say. They don't interrupt others, argue over every small issue, or try to impress everyone around them. Their calm presence often has a greater impact than endless words. Silence also helps you become comfortable with yourself. Many people fear being alone because silence forces them to face their own thoughts. However, when you learn to enjoy quiet moments, you build self-confidence from within instead of depending on praise or validation from others. Another important lesson is that silence helps you avoid unnecessary mistakes. When you speak without thinking, you may reveal too much, make promises you can't keep, or say things you later regret. A thoughtful pause allows you to choose your words wisely. The chapter also highlights that successful leaders often remain calm during difficult situations. While others panic or react emotionally, they stay silent, observe carefully, gather information, and then make thoughtful decisions. This calm behavior earns the trust and respect of others. Confidence is not about being the loudest person in the room. It is about believing in yourself so strongly that you don't feel the need to prove your worth to everyone. Key lessons from Chapter 5. True confidence is calm and quiet. Speak only when your words add value. Don't seek constant approval from others. Silence helps you think before you speak. Calm people naturally earn respect and trust. Chapter 5 Conclusion. This chapter teaches that silence is a sign of inner confidence. The more secure you become within yourself, the less you feel the need to speak unnecessarily. Quiet confidence, thoughtful words, and calm actions create a lasting impression and inspire the respect of those around you. The Power of Silence, Chapter 6. Building strong relationships through silence. Every relationship, whether with family, friends, or colleagues, is built on communication. But the author reminds us that good communication begins with good listening, and good listening begins with silence. Many misunderstandings happen because people interrupt each other or react before fully understanding what the other person is trying to say. Instead of listening with patience, they focus on defending their own opinions. This often leads to arguments that could have been avoided. Silence teaches us to give others the gift of our full attention. When someone feels heard, they feel respected. You don't always need to offer advice or solve every problem. Sometimes, simply listening with empathy is enough to make a person feel supported. The chapter also explains that silence can prevent unnecessary conflict. During heated conversations, people often say hurtful words in the heat of the moment. These words may be forgiven, but they are rarely forgotten. By pausing before speaking, you give yourself time to respond with kindness instead of anger. Another powerful lesson is that silence helps us become less judgmental. Instead of making quick assumptions about others, we learn to observe, understand their perspective, and respond with compassion. This creates stronger trust and deeper emotional connections. The author also reminds us that not every disagreement needs to become a battle. Sometimes, protecting a relationship is more important than proving that you are right. Choosing peace over pride is a sign of wisdom and emotional maturity. When you practice silence with love and patience, people feel safe around you. They know they can express themselves without being criticized or interrupted. which strengthens every relationship in your life. Key lessons from Chapter 6. Listen with the intention to understand, not to argue. Give people your full attention when they speak. Pause before reacting during emotional conversations. Choose peace over the need to be right. Trust grows when people feel heard and respected. Chapter 6 Conclusion. This chapter teaches that silence is one of the greatest tools for building meaningful relationships. By listening deeply, speaking thoughtfully, and responding with patience, you create stronger bonds based on trust, respect, and understanding. The Power of Silence. Chapter 7 Silence, Creativity, and Self-Discovery. In a world filled with constant distractions, it has become difficult to hear our own thoughts. The author explains that creativity and self-discovery begin when the noise around us fades away. Many of the world's greatest thinkers, artists, inventors, and leaders valued silence because they knew that brilliant ideas rarely appear in a busy and distracted mind. Instead, they emerge when we slow down, reflect, and give our minds space to think. The book encourages readers to spend time alone without phones, television, or social media. At first, silence may feel uncomfortable, your mind may wander, and you may feel restless. But if you remain patient, your thoughts gradually become clearer, and your inner creativity begins to awaken. Silence also helps you discover your true self. Throughout life, people often follow society's expectations instead of listening to their own hearts. They chase success, money, or approval without asking what truly makes them happy. When you sit quietly with yourself, you begin to ask meaningful questions. What are my real dreams? What kind of life do I want to live? What truly gives me peace and purpose? These questions help you make decisions based on your values rather than the opinions of others. The author also explains that silence improves focus. Instead of constantly switching between tasks, a quiet mind can concentrate deeply on one thing at a time. This leads to better work, faster learning, and higher quality results. By making silence a daily habit, you unlock hidden potential that has always existed within you. Your creativity grows, your confidence increases, and your life begins to reflect your authentic self instead of the expectations of others. Key lessons from Chapter 7. Creativity grows in a calm and quiet mind. Reduce distractions to improve focus. Spend time alone to understand yourself better. Listen to your inner voice instead of outside opinions. Silence helps you discover your purpose and hidden potential. Chapter 7 Conclusion. This chapter teaches that silence is not empty. It is full of possibilities. When you disconnect from the world's noise, you reconnect with your true self. In those quiet moments, you find clarity, creativity, purpose, and the courage to live a life that is truly your own. The Power of Silence, Chapter 8. The Lasting Power of Silence. The final chapter brings together all the lessons of the book and reminds us that silence is not an escape from life. It is a way to live life more wisely. True success is not measured by how much noise we make, but by how peaceful, focused, and purposeful we become. The author explains that silence is a lifelong practice. It is not something you use only during meditation or difficult moments. Instead, it becomes a part of your daily life in the way you think, speak, listen, and respond to the world around you. One of the greatest benefits of silence is wisdom. Wise people do not rush to judge, argue, or react. They observe carefully, think deeply, and choose their words with intention. Because of this, their words carry more meaning and influence. The chapter also encourages readers to let go of the constant need for validation. You do not need everyone to agree with you or admire you. When you are at peace with yourself, you stop seeking approval from others and begin living according to your own values. Another important message is that silence helps you appreciate life's simple moments. Watching a sunrise, listening to birds, walking in nature, or sitting quietly with your thoughts can bring more happiness than endless distractions. These peaceful moments remind us that joy is often found in simplicity. Finally, the author challenges readers to make silence a daily habit. Even a few minutes of quiet reflection each day can transform your mindset over time. Small moments of silence, practiced consistently, lead to greater clarity, stronger relationships, emotional balance, and a more meaningful life. Key lessons from Chapter 8. Silence is a lifelong habit, not a temporary practice. Wisdom comes from observing before reacting. Stop seeking constant approval from others. Find joy in life's simple and quiet moments. Daily silence leads to lasting peace and personal growth. Final conclusion. The power of silence teaches that the loudest voice is not always the strongest. Real strength comes from a calm mind, a peaceful heart, and the wisdom to know when to speak and when to remain silent. When you embrace silence, you become a better listener, a wiser decision maker, a calmer leader, and a more compassionate person. In a world full of noise, silence becomes your greatest advantage. Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of clarity, wisdom, and inner strength. And that's a wrap on the power of silence. Remember, true strength isn't found in speaking louder. It's found in staying calm, listening deeply, and choosing your words wisely. Even a few minutes of silence each day can bring greater clarity, confidence, and inner peace. If you enjoyed this book summary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Bookverse 75 for more life-changing book summaries every week. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep growing. Thanks for listening.